Hello everyone, I'm Ray and today I brought for you the top 10 times anime characters snapped and went berserk, part 1. On number 10 we've got Hatsuharu Sohma, who has a dark side in Fruit Basket. This trope is actually one of Hatsuharu's definition character trait. Whenever he gets angry, a switch inside his mind is flipped and he becomes Black Haru, an aggressive and violent version of his normally cheerful self. This state is triggered multiple times throughout the series, leading him to wreck his classroom or start fighting with Kyo. But the most dramatic moment comes in the manga. Be warned, there are spoilers ahead. After Akito shoves Hatsuharu's girlfriend Rin off a roof, he storms into Akito's room and threatens to end Akito's life. Considering the fact that Akito is quite literally the god that Hatsuharu's and the rest of the Sohma family are welded to, the fact that he is able to stand up to Akito, let alone threaten extreme violence, is incredible. On number 9 we've got Simon, who activates a volcano in Tengan, Toppa, Gurren, Lagann. Kamina is one of the most important people in the world to Simon, so it's not surprising that when he thinks Kamina has passed away, his reaction is an intense one. He spews forth so much spiral energy that his Daigunzan ship starts glowing and all the enemies on it are thrown off. What's more, he activates Volcano, seriously. The only thing that can stop this rampage is Kamina himself, who is still alive and fully capable of kicking someone's butt until he calms down. On number 8 we got Gintoki, that takes out his anger on Jirocho in Gintama. Most of the times Gintama is all fun and laughs with his hilarious gags, but it's moments like this fight that prove how serious the show can be. After discovering Otis's unconscious body bleeding out on the ground, Gintoki releases a fury that has never been revealed before. Without wasting a breath, Gintoki immediately attacks Jirocho with his sword. The ensuing fight is quick yet brutal as Gintoki rages against Jirocho. On number 7 we got Kagura, who awakens her Yato blood in Gintama. Most of the times Kagura is a silly person whose priorities seems to lay largely in playing with a gigantic dog and eating heaps of sukombu. But Kagura is actually from the Yato clan, a ruthless group of mercenaries who prize violence and discourage all virtues towards peace. Though she abandoned her clan, its blood still runs through her veins. When Abuto nearly takes her friend Shinpachi's life, her On number 6 we got Touta Matsuda, who feels betrayed in Death Note. Touta Matsuda has always believed in Light Yagami. In fact, he admires him deeply and wishes he could be like him. When Light was accused of being Kira, Matsuda was always the first person to deny it, but also the first person to consider whether Kira might be in the right. When Matsuda finds out that the man he respects is actually a cold-blooded killer, he loses his mind. He screams at Light, venting all of his feelings at once, before ultimately shooting him. Meanwhile, Light is having his own meltdown, screaming at Matsuda that he'd better put the gun down. Matsuda stops before he can end Light's life, but it's an uncharacteristic moment that makes the end scene that much more dramatic. On number 5 we got Naruto Uzumaki, who enters tailed beast mode in Naruto. Naruto's 9-tailed fox form is unleashed whenever he sustains some form of extreme emotional pain. This happens several times throughout the series, especially towards the beginning when he's not on good terms with the tailed beast inside of him. Tailed beast mode makes him extremely powerful, but it also means that he isn't in control of his behavior and is more likely to hurt people in ways he otherwise wouldn't. Activating tailed beast mode is dangerous because it requires his cells to rapidly replace themselves, thus shortening his lifespan. Even worse, when the mode is active, the tailed beast could escape and wreak havoc. The form is activated several times, but one of the most dramatic times occurs when Hinata seems to have perished. When this happens, Kurama nearly escapes from his cell. On number 4 we've got Gohan, who unleashes hell on Frieza in Dragon Ball Z. Gohan is a fairly mild-mannered child in Dragon Ball Z, but seeing his friends and family being hurt by a villain often leads him to snap. After Frieza gores Krillin with his horns and tosses him in the ocean to die on planet Namek, Gohan desperately wants to save him. Frieza blocks Gohan's path and taunts him, causing Gohan to go berserk and start pummeling the Saiyan hater with a power level that shocks everyone, especially Vegeta. Unfortunately, Gohan's attack wasn't enough to completely beat Frieza, but it certainly was a preview of things to come in later in the series. On number 3 we've got Eva 1, who goes berserk in Evangelion. The Eva 1 unit doesn't always respond to the will of the person piloting it, which leads to multiple frightening instances where the unit goes berserk and attacks with reckless abandon. In one particular harrowing instance, the Eva 1 devours an angel whore. Why does this happen if Shinji isn't asking the Eva 1 unit to do so? Because the Eva 1 is actually under the influence of Shinji's mother's soul, whose sole goal is to protect Shinji at all costs. On number 2 we've got Edward Elric, Avenges, Nina Tucker in Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. What would you do if you discovered that the man standing in front of you had fused his dog with his daughter in an attempt to boost his career? Chances are you wouldn't be able to respond gracefully, especially if the person is equating what he did with the worst mistake of your life. When Tucker tells Elric what he and Alphonse tried to do by bringing his mother back to life was not different from Tucker's chimera. Edward screams that isn't true and pummels Tucker into a bloody pulp. Most satisfying moment in FMA arguably, but is also the deepest sad one. On number 1 we got Vegeta that goes Super Saiyan on Beerus after he slaps Bulma in Dragon Ball Super. This awesome fight scene, Vegeta proves that no one can hurt his wife and gets away with it. When Bulma berates Beerus for ruining his birthday party, Beerus slaps her and knocks her into the ground. Vegeta becomes furious at the sight of his wife getting hurt and transforms into Super Saiyan 2. Even Master Roshi is amazed as he remarks how his anger has made him even stronger than Goku. And this is the end of the video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like and a sub. And I'll see you in my next video.